Mikey, Austin. Hi, guys. Today's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting day. I've been practicing some stuff pretty much since the morning with what we've been doing with this fast stuff. We're getting there slowly, but hi. We got a lot to do. I'm very excited. Brewed some fresh coffee and last day of steroids, so I will be medicine free, which will be nice after today. But I hope you guys had an amazing Monday. Hello. So what I'm focusing on is that basically this is really hard. Like that pull on 1 and 3 and the push on 2 and 4, right? Spazin? No, you. Hello. Oh, I changed sticks today too. We're using Sugar Maple Super Jazzes. Shout out to Vader. Sugar Maple Super Jazz. It's a lighter stick, a little more. I don't know. I tried a bunch today and they all felt really heavy, so I kind of landed on these. So we're trying them. They felt the best today. I lowered my ride a lot, so I can really like dead my arm, just like, so I'm not playing up, which is what I did a lot of playing this morning just with the ride cymbal and just trying to get comfortable. And I haven't had any shoulder aches today, so it's great. I'll probably have to adjust the camera because it's stuck just on that. Or there's like so much empty space up here. I'll have to bring it down closer. But so I'm trying to do like comping on eighth notes. So like 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and so forth. While doing that fast, I don't know how to put it, like that fast ride pattern. Is so good. Sorry. Like that throwing motion on 2 and 4. So today is going to be rough. It is not, I put in the title, today's not going to be pretty. But we're working through it, right? None of the good things in life come about easily or nicely or prettily. Prettily. I don't know. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. I hope well. Bye-bye. least metal drumming ever. You're welcome. I don't know where the camera is. I moved it. It's somewhere. That jazz player's going in. That's right. Stuff is hard, guys. I told you today's not gonna be pretty, but I am having a blast. I'm figuring this out. I'm exploring. I'm going between straight and swung. Basically trying to feel like if I put the permutation, if you just start on one and, right? So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or if we do 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and dot 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 dot. Right? It's not crazy, but if you run into that thing where I'm gonna throw on 2 and 4, so like close, like really pulling on 1 and 3 back up. So like, close, throw, tap, close, throw, tap, close, right? So it's tricky. And yeah, speaking of the left hand spasm, it's like I'm playing it with my wrist, and I need to get I'm going into speeds where it's gonna be a diddle, and I gotta get used to that. So this we in there. It's hard. so that's, I'm going to keep doing it. That's all. Essentially, there's 4. 1 and 2, 2 and then and 1. So there's technically 4 I'm working on. And then we'll do them with the kick drum. So like 1 and 2, 2 and 1. And block height, stick height might be something to look at. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at everything with a microscope, but I'm trying something new today, actually. I lowered my stick like crazy, or my ride cymbal like crazy today, and my snare drum, actually. Right now, yeah, I know. Stick height is probably crazy high. But I'm trying to get, for me, the stick height off the ride cymbal. I'm going for a very exaggerated thing right now. JV, what's up? Like, I'm trying to like you know how I don't know, like Michael Carvin. I don't know if you ever watch him teach rudiments. I mean, he's like way up here. Jim Chapin was the same way. Like overdoing the motion, over exaggerating, I guess, the stroke or whatever. That's what I'm doing. So when I'm playing like on the ride cymbal right now, or even on the hi-hat, I'm being very like throw very big, open up very big, and close very big, just to really cement that feel and that motion in there. So I know it could be a lot quieter and a lot softer, but right now I'm overdoing it for the sake of learning the motions is the word. Plus it's I'm not in control yet, so the volumes are a lot louder just from, playing a little crazy. But I'm aware of it 100%. I'd love to get to the point where I could play super fast and my ride cymbal's like like barely moving. Oh, but hello. And JB, I hope you're having a great day. It's great to see you. Kids are playing on the keyboard. I can hear them. Fun fact, guys. I got a free piano today, and a free upright piano. It's a Ludwig and Company piano. It's like over 100 years old. It's kind of cool for the studio. And we'll get it this week. Get the trailer all set up. But that's kind of cool. I kind of want to put it in here. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm very excited to like mic up an old piano. It's very exciting. I know it's going to need to get tuned, and I'm sure a lot of the stuff redone in it, but yeah, it's an old Ludwig and Company, not Ludwig like the drum Ludwig, but this is from, I think they started making them in like the my boys, they're rocking out up there. That's so fun. Do you hear them? They're on the keyboard. Oh, he writes his own songs. It's pretty cool. He's got a good ear. Highly complex, I understand. All respect. Oh man, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, stick heights are. It's such a crazy thing. But what I'm trying to do right now, is so for really fast jazz. If you ever watch drummers play, if you take the stick out of their hand, it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So like an up is 1 and 3, and a throw is 2 and 4, right? Like a push, 3, push, 1, da 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 da, right? Like you're throwing the stick, da da da, and then you're pulling it back with that rebound. So in order for me, I've been practicing the jazz ride pattern not that way at all. I've just been like, yeah, ding 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 ding, and I'm doing a little bit, but I don't have that in mind, like really fast open close mechanics. So keeping this here, I have hiccups. Keeping this like steady while playing something with the left hand, blew my mind the other day. I was like, sorry, the hiccups. I just couldn't hang. So I'm like relearning in a sense, like just that. Keep this flowing. Like if you were to play, an eighth note groove where you're just like, God, take a boosh, 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 boosh. Like the loud soft, loud soft, loud soft, loud soft, boosh, God, take a God, right? Boosh, dot, da 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 dot. Well, you can keep this steady. That's what I'm trying to do with the ride cymbal. To keep that ride just ding 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 da 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 da, and be able to do stuff with my left hand, and we're gonna start some right foot stuff today too. So that's the reason. And exaggerating the motions, slowing them down a little bit, making them big, just helps the brain. Helps keep the brain good. I love it. My house sounds like a music school. He's very excited about the piano. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Greg, what's up? That rebound's coming in hot. Hi, happy Monday. It feels like a Tuesday. Goku, what's up? Oh, man, hi. Yeah, there's a bunch of good drum streams out there. Welcome, hi. How's it going? Oh, it's going really good, Greg. I've played a lot today, which I'm kind of feeling it right now. I'm like, am I overdoing it? But I'm like, I'll stream it a little bit. I did a lot of just ride technique today for the up-tempo jazz stuff. So, yeah. Oh, you know Mitch. Oh, you know. You got Mitch's stuff. You know Mitch. You know good content. So what are you doing here, Goku? Hey. I'm kidding. No, I've probably hit the ride cymbal like a million D times today. I started off with just the ride. And then I like I said, we're working on the snare and now the kick permutations around that really up-tempo ride stuff. So not playing to a metronome right now. Just kind of really focusing on the movements in my hands and making sure they're proper, legit. Goku, you got this. You got this, right? Drumming is amazing. It's wonderful. So hard. Like playing just those notes, it's nothing, it's not wild, but it's like playing them with the proper fluidity, I guess is the word. Man, that's rough. So I love it though. I love it. But it's gonna this is I do it to myself, really, right? I do music covers, yeah. But I don't do them on stream anymore. You're about 6 years too late. No, I stopped doing covers on stream over the summer, last summer. Just did it too long, you know. Look here, what's up? Hi. Practice is going good. Starting to look better. Thank you. It's still very, very rough, but I kind of feel like I started with a big rock and I kind of chiseled away a little bit, and you're kind of like, it kind of looks like something. Right? That's how I'm seeing it. It's starting to look like a thing. Can't quite make it out yet, but I'm trying to learn that motion of like throwing 2 and 4, right? Like flicking it, right? Like pew, and then pulling back 1 and 3, and then now just bringing in the left hand with the comping. So I'm just going to focus today on 8th note snares and kicks, combinations, permutations, like on 1 and 2, da 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 da, right? And then we'll go to the kick drum next, so we'll do like 1 and 2, and da 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 da, and then we'll do like and then we'll do 3 notes. I don't know. There's like a million things we could do, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I practiced a lot today. Like in the morning, probably 3 hours of just solid ting, 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 ting. Which led me to lowering the ride cymbal quite a bit, actually, from where it was. I didn't touch the camera, so if you go look at yesterday's stream, it was probably up here-ish. So I lowered it probably a good 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And I changed up sticks today, so we're using the Sugar Maple Super Jazzes. So it's got a longer taper, so a lot lighter up here, and it feels good. I was using like essentially sticks that had like tapers like this. You know, the 7A, the Manhattan 7A, and the Sweet Rides. They just had like, they were so heavy up top, and I'm like, God, this is not probably the best way for me to learn this rebound thing. So got a lighter stick, getting a little more rebound, lower, dropping my arm a little bit just to fully make sure I'm relaxed and not getting pain here, which I've had none today, which is a great sign. So all just little tweaks and experimenting here. We'll get there. But it's good to see you. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we got a long way to go, but I appreciate the kind words and the support for reals. I hope all is amazing on your end, and you have a big Sunday in front of you with, I don't know, onion rings maybe. Dan, what's up? Hi, and Mabel, what's up, guys? Hi. It's funny. This is like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I'll be able to go fast. A few months ago, I'm like, yeah, it won't take that long. But then I'm like, oh, there's a lot to this. So yeah, it's fun. I love this. I love it. I love finding things that I can't do, and then deconstructing it so I can do it. I love that so much. Just you understand it so much better, you know, when you take the time to really pick apart your weaknesses and reinforce them. Woo, feels good. I'm starting to like see a tempo and hear a tempo, but man, incorporating other things into that is like, that's what I'm slowing it down and really so much to it, right? It looks so easy, but damn, it's tough to develop, maybe because it's such a small muscle. Yeah, I think that, and it's like the reaction time, right? Whoops. I feel like even when drummers, like, I think if you can hear it, you can play it. And a lot of times, like really fast jazz, like you know what it is, and you're like, oh yeah, I can hear it. But it's like, can you really hear it? It's almost like Neo slowing down, you know, the Matrix or whatever. You know, like you can hear fast tempos as a drummer. At least I know I can. Like I'm like, oh yeah, that's fast. Blah 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 blah. It's one thing to say like you can hear it, but the thing is like, do you really like hear it? And like every note you can hear the placement of it, rather than just go, oh, I know it's like, right? It's like when we used to listen to music when we were first starting out. You're like, oh, Dave Matthews, yeah, I know what he's doing there. You know, that whole blurry fast section, we were like, oh, what? But we knew it was something on the toms, and yeah, we knew what we could do that, yeah. But not really. But when you really slow things down and learn it, and your body learns those motions, then you can see it and hear it more, as even though it's fast. So it's like, if you can hear it, you can play it, kind of thing. And I feel like I can't hear it yet, even though I can, obviously. But it's all going by so fast. I can't pick out like the end of 2 or a 3 or whatever, just on a whim, on whatever measure. It's going by so fast. So I think like once our brain can hear it and learn how to focus while those really fast tempos are going, I feel like then we can really pay attention to like, okay, what's going on down here? And I feel like that muscle, it doesn't need to be super strong. I think it just needs to be aware, something to be aware of what it's doing at such a high tempo. Because it's just a flick, right? It's like it's a nerve reaction. It's an impulse. It's not like, you know, drummers who could play really fast jazz are walking around with a a fulcrum muscle the size of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's, you know, right bicep. But I feel like it's just they're aware of it, they know how to work it, and they just understand how that works. You know, that's how I'm thinking of it. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So we'll see how it goes. Alex with the Prime 7 months. Thank you. Hi. Hello. That's so nice. Thank you for the support. Ugh. Happy Monday. Mr. Go DJ. Hello. Happy Monday to you. Hi. So, yeah, it's something else. It really is. It really is. But it's wild. I love it. Like how strong the brain is connected to the muscles in the hand. Yeah. Because it's not just the muscle, it's like how do you ever think of it like did you ever see someone bounce a basketball like right off the ground? They're like right, and you go over there and you're like and it just dies. Your brain has to learn like when to do just that little bit of momentum at that right time second, right? Like as that stick's coming up, you just got to learn when to give it that little thing at such a high tempo just to keep it in motion and not interrupt it, right? Because when you go over to the basketball and try to do it, your first instinct is to just and you kill it, right? You're burying the basketball into the ground, just like So it's like when to let up and when to push. And those muscles, those little nerve endings and everything in your hand, in your arm, you're feeling that stick come back, come off, like where's it rolling? It's just repetition, doing it so much that you'll learn, oh yeah, you'll be like bouncing the ball a million times a second, all like this far off the ground. It's kind of neat to think about, but yeah, it's reflexes and just, yeah, it's your brain and your nerves and muscles and all the things. It's wild how all that goes into play. Yeah, how they light up. Exactly. Yeah. You really know it feels like in slow motion. That's the thing. Yeah. Because you talk to, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. When you first think about playing up-tempo jazz, honestly, whenever I tried to do it, I'm going 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You know, I'm counting like I'll hear. I mean, we've done it on stream. I put on some fast stuff like Coltrane or Charlie Parker, whatever. It's just like it's so fast, and I'm like, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2. You know, I'm trying to like count every quarter note, but it's like no, you got to count. Not the quarter note. Start with the half note. 1 dun, 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 2 3 2 4. Right. And then go to the then just go to the whole note. Ba, 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 and it kind of, I don't know, if you're focused on like every quarter note, you're just gonna tense up and choke yourself out. So it's like not letting those really fast tempos. Like what subdivision are you gonna latch on to? Think of it like a 16th note groove, right? Like right? 1 and 2. As a drummer, most of us feel like that snare, like kick, snare, right? You're not going 1 and 1, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 1 2 3 4. You know, you're not counting every hi-hat. You know, you're not your focus isn't on every single one of those notes, right? You're focused on the notes that are keeping it together. So in jazz, ding, 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 boom, right? Boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm not there yet by any means, but it's yeah. See it in slow motion, be able to just tell exactly like where that stick is, what it's doing, how it's rebounding, where can we move it around the kit to? Because a lot of, like me right now, I start doing it, I'm like, yeah, I'm amazing. And then I'm like, oh crap, I got to move it. And then I'm like, huh, crap, lost it. You know? So it's like, learning it is one thing, but then being able to transfer that energy around the kit and play other things syncopation wise with it. That's what we're doing today with these permutations. So it's a long road. It's gonna be a very long road, but I know I can do it. We got it, right? You can do it. Exactly, Dan. We got this. I'm too stubborn not to. I'll put it that way. I'm way too stubborn not to get it. So, yeah, if it takes me 84 years or 86 years, that lady in the Titanic that, like, let her boyfriend die, what's her name? She had so much room on that raft. Come on now. High level stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's stuff that I've known about for years, and I'm like, I don't really need to learn that. And now I'm like, I want to learn that. I want to do that. Just because, you know? There's no other reason than like, I can't do that and I want to. So at this point, it's like, I'm going to do it. Would you click like that, you could walk in any jazz jam. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of those are fast. I mean, I've been watching some stuff, and there's people pushing tempos like it just sounds like white noise to me. It's like, and I'm like, I don't think I'll ever be there. But I'll go sit in the crowd, and I'll be like, I kind of know what you're doing, but man, there's some people out there that are just so ahead of me. But that's okay, right? It's not about that, but yeah, there's some places where I'm not gonna be able to hang for sure. There's some bad cats out there, right? Rose, yeah, that was her name, Rose. But yeah, it's a fun talk. It's fun just to grow, you know. I'll say this, as a drummer, it's nice to have things hurt that I'm not used to hurting. You know, like, you know, when you work out and you're like, it's a good workout. That's how I feel right now. Is like, I'll like right now, I've played a lot today already. I've probably put in 3 hours easily. Nothing hurts here, but here is like, oh man. Like the muscles are like, we're good, right? So, but that just means like, I'm going to go up, I'm going to relax tonight, I'm going to sleep good, they'll heal, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. So I'm treating it like, it feels like a workout routine, and it feels great, you know, to get the blood flowing and stuff just firing off, you know. I just want to keep solid time. That's my goal. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the number one goal I think most drummers should have. And if you look on Instagram, everyone can play. Man, it's very easy to fake talent in a 30-second clip. You know, everyone can play in their room. You know, that's one thing. That's the truth. Everyone sounds good with an edit button. Apply, hello. But if you follow the right people on Instagram, you know you're getting some real stuff, which is really cool. There's some, for as much trash as there are, or as much trash as there is on social media, there's a glimmer of hope in certain accounts. Like there's just some amazing people on there putting out some just real amazing stuff. So if you know where to look, your timeline will be hashtag blessed with good licks. And not the top 5 double bass. Ugh. And you're like, oh my God. Yeah, dude. Yeah. For me right now is Steve Lyman. Like, I that dude. If you're not following him, check him out. Steve Lyman. He's a New York guy. But every time he posts something, I have to watch it for like at least 10 times to get an idea of at least what one of his hands are doing. You know, I'm like, oh my God. Like, but I love that. It's so challenging and it's so inspirational, you know, rather than someone just ripping a single stroke roll, you know, as fast as they can. So it's neat. There's people out there that challenge it. Yeah. 100%. Right? It's not natural. He's so nuts. And when I'm not going to lie, when Instagram came out and, you know, even Twitch and stuff like that, I wasn't really posting stuff a lot. I started posting when I started streaming, I think, like to be like, hey, come to my stream, guys. Ooh. Check out my cool stream. You know, like I'm like, okay, I should probably like cross advertise. So I wasn't really on Instagram like looking at other drummers. And then I don't know what it was. I just found a couple of drummers that I really liked. I'm like, oh, there's some like really good drummers on here. Because I thought it was all going to be just like gospel chop stuff, and that's what 99% of the stuff I was looking at on Instagram was, or what it was recommending me, and I was like, ugh. Which that stuff's cool, but like all day, every day, it gets old quick. So I just wasn't interested, but I started finding some really cool people, and I feel like I've curated a good little thing on my timeline. Whenever I log on to Instagram, I'm usually like, wow, that's awesome. Okay, this is cool. That was awesome. Instead of being like, lick, all right, lick number 2. Okay, all right. So I think like I just needed to find those people. So once you do, it's amazing. Like Steve, Carter, Mike Johnson always has really nice stuff. Dan Weiss, he's a good dude. Always posting some great stuff. I mean, there's like so many, and I can't think right now. But yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky. If you know where to look, the internet can be an amazing place. Yeah, that would be cool. Watch some Instagram together. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Look, I don't like the Instagram desktop app. Or like when you're on like a browser, it's terrible. It's like the worst. I don't know. Maybe I'm on Chrome, so maybe it sucks on Chrome. It always crashes. It's terrible. So I don't know. Maybe we could do like a YouTube thing. Maybe that'd be better, right? But there's some great stuff out there for sure. All right. Feeling good. It's neat because usually I'll do stuff and my hand feels like it cools down. It's not. We're getting there. We're getting there. This old man's got a few more things to hit, right? There's been a few of those today. I'm not gonna lie. Where like my hand just is like, oh! We're learning, right? But some of you might know what I'm talking about. You're trying to get better with fingers or like your nervous system. Try to really dial it in, and it's just like, oh! I don't know if it's the coffee or the cocaine, but it's one of the two, you know. Gerardo, what is up? Hi. It's like RoboCop's hand. Is there a new RoboCop movie coming out? Speaking of RoboCop, I thought I saw something the other day and I was like, wait, what? I don't know if it's a remake or whatever, but it's good to see you. Everything's good here. I hope everything's amazing where you are. Seriously. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a new RoboCop? Do people want a new RoboCop? Is it like an in-demand thing? Maybe it's like straight to Amazon Plus, Prime, TV, Max. I don't know. just can't feel that threshold today of like going to straight. It'll come though. It'll come. Basement, what's up? Working it, right? Oh, isn't there a song called Working? No. Maybe I'm thinking something else. It's probably like twerking or something. break. Have a coffee break, thought break, mind break. So how was your day? All right. Processing tempos, processing fast things. I noticed like my left hand going to play the really fast 2/8 notes in a row, like da da da. As I get faster, it sucks. It's like it shows how bad my doubles are. I'm moving my whole arm instead of just the wrist or like the fingers, you know. My brain juice. I know, right? Come on, brain juice. You need a refill of that brain juice. I'm just gonna warm the. My muscles are hurting. But the ones that are supposed to, right? These, right in here, that muscle, whatever this is, not ligaments, but you got this muscle in here that, right? If you look, you probably can't see it, but like that, those little muscles right in there, woo, right? And this feels good, but it's all like that. I don't know if you can see it from the overhead shot, but this right here burns, right? See that little thing pop up? Ooh, that's that pulling, right? See that muscle right there? That burns. Like, that is hot and it hurts. It's like, you might think of it like, oh no, I'm having carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel's like in here, like really bad. Like inside your arm will feel like on fire. This is like, if it's on the outside and it's just like a heavy, like a nice, you know, like you're, like you pulled a muscle or something. This hurts right in here. And then right up in here, this doesn't hurt as much, but it's working. Like these little guys right here. This is where it's at right now. Like I'm working on my finger strength. I don't know if you could see that, but woof, goes all the way back down there. Feels nice. Ghost, what's up? Oh, thank you. Hi, how are you? Did you practice today, bass player? What are you working on? That feels nice. Oh, I posted on Instagram too. These after stream yesterday, we were talking about the cymbals, and I'm like, I've never really looked up the stamps on these old Zildjians. So I did yesterday, and some people reached out. We tracked down what they are. It's kind of neat. This is a 50s. Avitas. It's a large stamp, 50s. And then this is like a 60s. Not quite sure what era 60s, but it's so neat. Like people have like checked the stamps and stuff. There's like on this stamp, the top of the E, the D, and the A are all worn off on Avitas from the stamp. So, like, there's parts of it missing, and people are like, oh, that's the 60s, da-da-da, because of this stamp and this. And I'm like, what? Holy crap. So we got a 1960s and a 1950s. It's pretty cool. I don't know, it's kind of neat to be like, I think they're from then. But, yeah. Kind of neat, right? Cal, hello. Hello. So yeah, 60s, 50s, 2021. 21, I'll say that. Makes it sound older. Cal, it's Iron Banner tomorrow. Are you going to play Iron Banner? I'm probably going to play Iron Banner. I still haven't bought Lightfall. I'm like, man, it's $100. It seems like a lot. You know? So they could have been on tour with my... That is true, Buck. Guys, I basically have Tony Williams cymbals. Or Jimmy Cobb's. Just saying. Well, maybe... At some point, Bach, yes. Maybe not Jimmy Cobb era, because that's the 40s. Maybe Tony, maybe. Who was playing with Miles in the 60s? It wasn't Tony. Or what? Maybe a little bit. But I like how you're thinking. Jack DeJohnette was? So maybe they're Jacks. I don't know. It's neat. The one from the 50s. It's fun. Lots to do. Maybe wait for a sale. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Cause I know I would get it and I'd pay $100 and I wouldn't play every week and then I'd be like, I wasted $100. Cause I'm like all the weekly content that I'm not gonna do. But I don't know. Maybe they'll have like the halfway through, right? They usually do like half off or something. So I might get it then. Because there's some cool armors. There's some neat armors in there that I like. I just figured out how to transmog things. Like, how do you like do that? And the Ada thing, the quest to go pick up parts or whatever, I've had that forever. I'm like, oh, I should have just did this quest. Why don't they just let you do it? You gotta like build the loom or whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh, jeez. Oh jeez, Ada and her loom. She's a cyborg. Can't she go to Mars and just get the things herself? You know? They keep it for the weekly content year now. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I kind of don't like that stuff. Because it's like the slow drip thing. I get it if you're a ravenous gamer. But, like, if you just want... Like, I loved, like, spending a month or two with a game and then be like, oh, I'll try another game. Not, like, all the time, you know? Like, it's, like, too much. So, I don't know. But I'm just an old grump. I prefer the old ways of... Or the ways of old gamers. The new subclass to mess around with too. Spider-Man. I got to try it out. They let you try the first, I guess, the opening mission when you go to Neptune. So you get to try it. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And all my boys have characters now. They have their own characters. So one's a Titan, one's a Warlock. So they got to try it. And it's pretty neat. The Warlock one's like... It's like missiles or something. It reminds me of like a mech back in the day of just being like the missiles shoot out. I'm like, that's kind of neat. The Hunter one, what was the Hunter one? The Hunter one is just like a whip, right? Like whoosh or something. I think Tony Williams and Jimmy were on the records in the 60s. Yeah. I think Jack DeJohnette did play with him though. Probably like later 60s because Miles changed so much. And I know at the time, Tony was starting his own thing, wasn't he, in the 60s? Oh, feels good. Feels good. Man. I played a lot today, guys. And it's starting to, like, feel good, you know? At first, when you play a lot, when you're really working on something, you're just like, oh, I'm tired. My arms are like, but then they start getting a little stronger and it feels good. So, yeah, I'm just excited about it. Oof. It feels warm and good, right? Like when your arm or something falls asleep and then all the blood comes back into it and you're like, yes. That's what it feels like. I feel like Thanos right now. Or like a kid with a power glove, a Nintendo power glove. Bunch of different drummers on his 70s stuff though. Yeah, even 80s and 90s, right? I feel think, did Steve Gadd ever play with Miles? Like, I feel like I just watched a video with Steve Gadd and Miles, but I could be very wrong. I was on the rabbit hole 2 nights ago, and I found all these recordings. If anyone wants to check them out, there's no video, which sucks. So many great drummers, but it was Buddy Rich, Elvin Jones, Max Roach. Elvin Jones, Max Roach, Buddy Rich, Louis Bellson, and Roy Haynes, all at like, I don't know what year it was. I think it was in the 60s. It had to be. Like the Monterey Jazz Festival, they did like a big drum off thing, and it shows a picture of it, and there's an audio recording of it, but there's no video. But it's kind of cool because you're listening to it and you're like, oh my God, there's Buddy. Just being like, just like going nuts. And then you hear like just, and you're like, there's Elvin. You know, it's really neat. You can hear all the little differences in the players, but it's yeah, just Google it, bass player. It's neat. I don't know what year it was, but if you type in Jazz Festival, Buddy Rich, Elvin, Roy, whatever, it should pop up. I found it. No, it was last night. I was looking up Elvin Jones stuff, and I was watching interviews, and it popped up. I think that's what I put in, Elvin Jones interview, and maybe it'll lead you there. But the algorithmic river of YouTube. But I don't want to hurt myself. There is a point where you practice too much and you start to do damage. Like, it's just like anything, right? Like weightlifting. If you just like, oh, I'm going to lift all day. Yeah. All day, every day. Then, I mean, you can rip some stuff and not in a good way. Get like bad ripped, you know? Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. Cal, check it out. Yeah, he's crazy. I mean, like I can't watch. I watch his stuff, but I'm like I can't get into it. But he's very impressive what he does. Yeah, but it's just like he's got some pretty crazy control. He seems like a really nice guy too. Is it in English? Because I know for years he hasn't done like interviews and stuff because he doesn't speak super good English. But I know he's been working on it the past couple of years. Estepario? Is that how you say his name? Sibir. Do you hear my tummy? My tummy's like, it's in English, but has Spanish stuff. Oh, okay, cool. I'll check it out, yeah. Live video impressions were, yeah, oh, yeah, dude. There's not a lot of live Coltrane stuff on, is that the one where they're, like, the cameramen are on, like, ladders? That Coltrane video? And Elvin's like in the back of the room. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's like all these ladders and the cameramen back in the day. They must have filmed it at like a sound stage. But there's not a lot of old Coltrane videos. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot of old videos in general, but this isn't from that? Okay. I've probably seen it, but I'm just thinking of, that's the one that's popping in my brain right now. But it's funny, like, they show the cameramen, they're, like, doing this crank, and it's, like, you see the camera. It's so weird. It's so old school. Jason, hi. I have a cousin named Jason. I like that name. It's a good name. How do you feel about anonymous bands such as Sleep Token, where you can never tell if they're the same members? Oh, like, just rotating things? That's a great question. See, I grew up or I came up in the industry where in the 90s and 80s and 70s and 60s, in that era, bands got signed, right? Like a whole band. Towards the late 90s, early 2000s, record labels would sign an artist, right? A good example would be like Paramore, right? Or Sleep Token. Or I mean, there's so many like bands now where there's like founding members that sign. It might be one or two people, and then they bring in rotating for hire people. How do I feel about it? If you're a hungry young musician and you want a gig and you get a gig like that, awesome. It's great. It's a great feeling. I've been there. I've done that. And it's a good feeling to be like, oh man, this is a signed band. This is really cool. But the reality of it is like, I don't know, it'd be like working at a job where you're you're not maybe writing to the degree that other people do or doing a lot of the stuff that they do, but you're making drastically less. And it's hard to be in a band where, you're doing a tour, you're putting in the same amount of time, you're doing an album maybe, and you know that certain people in the group are making like 10 times what you're making or whatever. That sucks, and that gets old kind of quick, and that's usually why bands rotate members so many times. Or while you'll see someone leave after like 4 years because it's like, all right, they're never going to have me be a permanent member or put me on the residual list or whatever, or give them points. So it all depends, but that's the thing now is, a lot of those bands, the founding members will get the deals, unless it's a band who's been around forever, but usually that's how it's all drawn up nowadays. There's like two owners of the material or the name or the licensing. So great views of Elvin. Yeah, there is. Yeah. It's good, bro. You know what I'm talking about? He's like in the back of the sound. He's like in the back. He's behind like all the cameramen. You see all the cameramen are like, and he's like way in the back. It's so funny. Kirk, hi. What's your thought of the newest Queens of the Stone Age album? Speaking of, I couldn't tell you. I haven't listened to it. I'll be honest. The last Queens record that I can actually remember would be Songs for the Deaf. It's a great record. They're a great band, but I never really got into them to the point where I really, really listened to them. I think I listened to the group with him and John Paul Jones and Dave Grohl more, Felon, no, it's rough tonight. We're working on some rough stuff. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Jazz casual. Oh, right on. That's cool. That is neat. Oh, we need that, right? Speaking of Elvin, one of those interviews, he's talking about like how his hope is that jazz is like that art or good music. Yeah, them Crooked Vultures. Yeah. I love them, yeah. Right? It's that line. So good. They are really good. I've seen Queens of the Stone Age a few times too. They're a great band, but I never really got into them. So I honestly couldn't say. I'm sorry. What was I going to say? Oh, Elvin in that one interview says like he hopes that someday, the first thing people do in the morning when they turn on the radio. It's so funny to hear people say stuff like that, but like to hear jazz or to hear something artistically inspiring at the start of the day when they're making breakfast. I'm like, that man, he's such a cool guy. The chord progression is played forward and backwards. It's so right. It's just the drums sound huge. And Songs for the Deaf, Dave played drums on that. I don't know. I'm a big fan, I guess, of Dave Grohl on drums. Right? Some of my favorite Nine Inch Nails stuff has Dave Grohl on it. There's even a video, I don't even think they were a band, but it's Dave Grohl, Trent Reznor, and the dude from Queens of the Stone Age, what's his name? The guitar player and singer. It's those three in a room, and it's amazing. It's really good. I don't know. If you type in their names on YouTube, it should pop up. But it came out like 10 years ago. Something like that. Everything now to me is like 10 years ago. I'm like, speaking of, I told people earlier, we're getting a piano. Studio 606. Hazy High. Drumming late. Usual time. We're getting an old Ludwig and Company piano. It's like 100-some years old. It's crazy cool. This old upright. Basically, if you go on anywhere, you can get a free piano. But this is from the church. They're trying to get rid of it. I'm like, I'll take it. That's really cool. So we got an old piano coming to the studio. So I'm excited to I'll get it tuned and see how bad it is. It's playable. It's had maintenance on it for years. So it's not in bad shape. It's player grade, but it'll be neat to work on miking upright pianos and all that stuff. Josh, that's it. Sitting in a room with the sound engineer jamming hard. Yes. Is that what it's called? Mantra? Or the group? Now I have that in my head. It's so good. We'll do a little more. I played a lot this morning. I was just ride cymbal and that's it. I just played ride cymbal today for 3 hours. Give their new album a listen. It's a little more on the pop side. Whoa, Mark produced it. Really? Now I'm intrigued. Holy crap. Interesting. I love his approach to recording, so okay, yeah, I'll check it out. Do you know where it was recorded, Kirk? Now I'm curious. Because they're California. I wonder if they recorded it out in California or if they went to New York or London. That's so in my head. I didn't even hear about that. See? I'm a bad Dan. Stretch a little bit and then we'll get back to it. It's gonna be a long couple months, guys, but we're gonna get this. We're gonna get it. Yeah, Kirk, you don't have to. I can do some research. I appreciate it. I was just curious because Mark, I know he's in New York and London. But I know he did some stuff with Lady Gaga, and I think he was in California quite a bit for that. So that'd be interesting to know. But Josh, he's a great songwriter, that's for sure. He's got a thing, right? That makes sense. Wow. All right. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I think I'm done. My hand is like, yeah, no, dude, you're good. How long have we been streaming for? Almost 2 hours, it looks like. That's almost 5 hours today of working this. I think I'm done. I think this is like, I gotta rest it. It doesn't hurt, and it's not like I can't play anymore. It's like all right, it's just tired. Don't hate me. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll do an early morning stream, and I'll stream some of the ride practice. I know it's the most boring thing in the world, but this is how the donuts get made. Eat all the bacon and eggs you have. Oh, exactly. No, Fallon, I'm feeling good, but it's just like working out, right? Even when you're exercising, you gotta know when your body's like, all right, we need to heal up, because there is a point if you push too hard, you can cause some just long term just damage. And right now, I feel strong, I feel good, but going back to it, it just feels like, you know, when you do like a bunch of pull-ups or something, and then you take a break and you try to do one, you're like, oh my god, no. That's where I'm at. So I'm gonna have a good night's sleep. We'll hit it in the morning. Woo! It's good. It's good. And it's good. But everyone have an amazing night. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's plan for the morning, like bright and early. Probably like 7:15. And maybe we'll do like just an hour stream or something. And then tomorrow night we'll do a longer one, right? Austin, bass player, all you guys, Felon, Kirk, thank you guys. Good chatting with you. I'll check out that album. I promise. I have to do some driving tomorrow. I have to get stuff ready for taxes. It's all popping up.